Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Redbed here. We'll be discussing the Daytona 500 and the controversial finish. It was a race that had some fans questioning the final moments. It left some feeling disappointed and frustrated. Let's dive in and talk about the race. Fully packed house. We had a green flag start. No issues for the first few laps. There wasn't much issues or much happening for the first two stages of the race. We're going to skip to the second stage of the Daytona 500. Everything was going swimmingly until Kurt Busch decides to put his car into the wall near the end of stage 2. This caused a multi-car wreck. This multi-car wreck caused many cars to be involved, but most cars were able to continue. It also caused many cars to end up in the pits for some repairs and tires. This was also near the end of stage 2. The winner of stage 2 was Ross Chastain. He narrowly beat Alex Bowman to the finish line to be the winner of stage 2. Can't get closer than that. Alex Bowman was really pushing, but he still came second place. So now we're on to stage 3. Not much happening in stage 3 until with about 20 to go, we have a big wreck. Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Preece, Michael McDowell, Kevin Harvick, Ty Gibbs were all involved in this wreck, and it did bring out another caution flag with about 20 to go. Quite a number of cars involved in this wreck, but we still had time to go. And some of these cars were out of the race, but the race was able to continue. We had a few laps of caution, and then we were back to racing. After a few laps, we're back to green flag racing, but only with 3 laps to go, Daniel Suarez spins out, causing another caution flag. But also, being with this caution being so close to the end of the race, this brings on NASCAR overtime. Daniel Suarez is also able to continue rejoining the race. He gets a little push from the tow truck here, and he rejoins the race. So the NASCAR overtime rules are, if the leader takes the white flag, then the race ends. If the caution comes out prior to the white flag, then there's another restart. Overtime starts, and then this is the first attempt at the green-white checkered flag finish. Joey Logano in the yellow is ahead of Kyle Busch, but then Stenhouse Jr. pulls up, but we have a big crash. This is pretty much the biggest crash of the day. 13 cars are involved, and the other problem is with these 13 cars, they're not going to be able to make it back in overtime to try to win this race. Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon were basically in the top 5 a few seconds ago. Now their race is over. Quite a few cars had pretty heavy damage, but it was understandable. Everybody was pushing near the end of the race. This brings out the 7th caution flag in the biggest race of the NASCAR season. So we try again for another green-white checkered flag finish, and here we go. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is in the lead behind the beautiful pace car, the Chevrolet Corvette Z06. So as we start again, we have Stenhouse Jr. in first with Joey Logano in a close second, and also Kyle Larson in third. But we also have another wreck. A lot of cars collected as everybody was pushing to the finish line, and as it looks like Joey Logano was in first, which was it looks like on the camera. But as you take a closer look, and also with NASCAR rules, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is actually the winner of this race, and I'm going to explain why he's the winner. As you see, Joey Logano is in front of him here, and it looks like he's in front of him at the finish line. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is the winner because the white flag was already out. See where the yellow line is here? When they press the button for the caution flag. So they pressed the button for the caution flag because of the accident, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was in the lead when the caution flag was put out. According to the rules, he's the winner, so that's why his team's celebrating here. It took a little while for NASCAR to confirm, but he's the winner of the race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This is his 3rd win in the Cup Series, and then also his first Daytona 500 win. So congrats to him and his team. This is actually the longest Daytona 500, being 212 laps. This is a big win for him and his team, being he hasn't won in a few years. It looked like Joey Logano won the race, but in the end, based on the overtime rules, he was not the winner. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was. He's the winner of the Daytona 500. This is NASCAR's biggest event of the season, unlike other sports who have the biggest event of the season, usually at the end of the season. So this is a review of the Daytona 500 in under 5 minutes. We'll be doing more NASCAR race reviews over the season, especially of the super speedways. In the end, the finish of the 2023 Daytona 500 was certainly controversial and will be debated for some time. Whether you agree with how NASCAR ended the race or not, there's no denying that the end of the race was pretty exciting. Stage 1 and Stage 2 were kind of boring, but this made up for it. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments what you thought about the finish. Redbet signing off.